What's up, everybody, and welcome to Pizza and Pixels, the show where JP and I order a pizza and talk about video games until that pizza shows up. I'm one of your hosts, Josh, aka HexxedPhenom, aka the Sony Jabroni, and I'm joined, of course, by the abstract rocker, JP. What's going on, man?
Yo, it's going. I have a job.
Nice.
I have a job, and I go back to it tomorrow. So it's a very surreal feeling. No, it's been 2.5 months since I walked in my store, but I got a job. That's my current feeling, and I got some beer.
Nice.
How's it going for you, man?
Giant still kind of considers me essential, but like they still keep cutting hours left and right, so that's about how it's going.
So like it's all for that Marty robot.
Basically.
Marty's essential.
Oh, God.
Wow, God.
But, guys, you can get this show every other Saturday on youtube.com/HexxedPhenom or on podcast services around the globe. Places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, really any podcast service of your choosing. And, special announcement, it's kind of hard to see behind my mic, so I'll put it up on screen. But the Extra Life shirts are now on sale. The link will be down in the description on YouTube and in the description on podcast services as well. Obviously, if you're listening on podcast services, you can't see the shirt anyway, so hit the link, go check it out. All the proceeds are going to Penn State Children's Hospital in Hershey, Pennsylvania. We'll be doing our Extra Life stream on Saturday, August 28th, I believe it is. Let me just double check. Saturday, August 29th into the 30th. And it's going to be a hell of a good one. I'm pumped.
I'm fucking pumped, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So all proceeds from the shirts will go towards, like I said, Penn State Children's Hospital. I believe that's about like $10 per shirt. And there's a bunch of different styles, cuts, colors, really anything to fit anybody's fashion sense. There's t-shirts, tanks, there's women's cuts for both t-shirts and tanks, there's even kid shirts, and they all come in a bunch of different colors. And there's No, there's not.
I totally had to ask. People are all about those onesie designs for some reason these days.
But there's also a 16 or 18 by 24 poster, so yeah, bunch of options to help out the kids.
For the kids, man. For the kids.
Hell yeah. But, of course, we got to get into the news, the gaming news. And we're going to start with, I would say, today's biggest news story. Sony PlayStation 5 reveal event dated for June 4th. Sony to unveil new games in hour-long presentation.
Man, I'm ready.
I'm so fucking ready, JP. They call me the Sony Jabroni for a reason.
Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Ooh, yeah.
This one's by Michael McWhirter over at Polygon. New details on the PlayStation 5 will be revealed on Thursday, June 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Sony Interactive Entertainment announced on Friday. The reveal event will include a first look at PlayStation 5 games and will be broadcasted on YouTube and Twitch. Quote, the games coming to PS5 represent the best in the industry from the innovative studios that span the globe, both large and small, those newer and those more established. All have been hard at work developing games that will showcase the potential of the hardware. Jim Ryan, president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment Studios, said on the PlayStation blog. This digital showcase will run for a bit more than an hour, and for the first time we will all be together virtually experiencing the excitement together. A lack of physical events has given us an amazing opportunity to think differently and bring you on this journey with us, and hopefully closer than ever before. This is part of our series of PS5 updates, and rest assured, after next week's showcase, we will still have much more to share with you. So, it's been rumored to be June 3rd or like the first week of June for a while. Now it's confirmed June 4th, next Thursday, and I can't freaking wait.
Dude, I can't wait either, man. It's gonna be awesome. We finally have the reveal event we've been waiting for, and Byers and I were just talking about it today. about the whole PlayStation 5 thing, and I'm like, well, I kind of want to see some games I actually want to buy the console for. I mean, yeah, we all know Call of Duty Cold War is going to be on PlayStation 5. I think it's one hell of a year to actually have a jump for Call of Duty in that sense. Crash Bandicoot, obviously Tony Hawk is not on PS5, but I'm sure next year they'll have another installment. Probably Tony Hawk 3, 4, but it should be very interesting to see what they come out with and what they reveal at the event. You know, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I might have to miss it because I'll be at work, unfortunately, but
yeah, I was going to say, are you going to be at work?
Probably. Wait, when is it again?
How the hell did... Oh, yeah, okay, never mind.
Thursday,
Thursday, June 4th at 4 p.m. it said.
We'll have to see. I don't know. I might possibly be at work. I'll definitely tune into it, though, and see what the fuck they got. No doubts on that, you know.
I'm planning on doing a live reacts right here on the YouTube channel. I'll be reacting live to all the announcements. And I'm just so pumped. I'm thinking my, like, predictions, and most of these are pretty safe predictions, but I think we're going to see either an announcement or a trailer for Call of Duty. I think we're going to see teases or trailers of some sort for Spider-Man 2, God of War 2, and Horizon 2. I think we're going to see Crash.
Damn.
And I think... what else? I think... I don't really know what else I think, to be honest with you.
My mom made a cameo. It's
I think we'll at least see the. I think we'll at least see the box. That's my last prediction for it. I don't know if we'll get a price or a release date yet, but I think maybe we'll get. I think we have to see the box, considering we've seen been seeing the Xbox Series X since December. I think we need to at least see the PS5.
We need to at least see the fucking console. You know, I really feel like I feel like Call of Duty Cold War. I think it's going to be revealed at that event. It's probably going to show up at what? Because the Call of Duty Warzone event, starts June 3rd, right?
The new Call of Duty Modern Warfare season, season 4 starts on June 3rd. So I could see it being revealed. I could see, like, there being an initial tease in Warzone, or like an initial reveal in Warzone on the 3rd, and then like an actual like gameplay trailer or something the next day at the Sony event.
That's what I think's gonna happen. Like, I don't really give a shit about Warzone. It's cool. I don't really play COD for Battle Royale, but I know Bunker 11 has all the Black Ops teasers in it, and there's a back door of the secure code that you can't get into. So I feel like on June 3rd, you're going to be able to get into that room, and in that room is going to be more teasers for Black Ops Cold War, and they're probably going to have the logo on, like, the computer, and then it's going to have the reveal for, like, that next day or something, you know? That's what I have a feeling they might end up doing. Either that or they might just full-on reveal the artwork for it. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely going to be a Call of Duty presence at the event. I can't see why not, because we already know Sony has the rights to it, so kind of sets it up, you know?
Not to get too far off topic, but do you think that, like, other than just, like, marketing rights, do you think that there's going to be something obscene in Cold War, Black Ops Cold War, like there was with Modern Warfare having the 1-year exclusivity to survival mode for PS4? Do you think there's going to be something to that extreme again, or no?
I feel like there's going to be something in it, but it's probably not going to... I feel like it's going to be like a zombie map or something. I don't know why. I feel like they might just do maybe a zombie map exclusive for like maybe 3 or 4 months. If it's a year...
I feel like a zombies map, that would piss way too many people off. Like, I mean, survival mode pissed a pretty big chunk of people off. But
yeah, I don't know why they even really did the survival thing, because that's like a very big element that people wanted. So I'm kind of hoping they don't do that. I hope it's just something like maybe 3 months and not a year, because that really makes no sense, because that year thing runs out when the new game comes out by like 3 weeks, doesn't it?
I mean, depending when Black Ops releases, yeah.
It's probably, well, PS5, obviously it's going to be mid-November. I heard the game's probably going to come out probably around the same time normally, but we'll see what happens. You know, there's been some really cool teasers in War. I almost said Blackout. There's been some really cool teasers in Warzone. I've been just looking at them, and a lot of my friends have been data mining for the hell of it. But I honestly just play on Modern Warfare Warzone whenever my friends really want to. So I'm never going to see the bunker unless my friends are like, "Yo, JP, get on. We're gonna go see Bunker 11." I'll be like, "By God."
Well, by God, we're going to Bunker 11, boys. I got a plan.
By God, everyone hit up them red fucking phones. I'm going to Bunker 11.
Oh, well, by God, you better dial 911, because we're going to the fucking Bunker 11.
We're going to Bunker 11, by God.
Yeah, do you have any big predictions of anything else we'll see at the PlayStation event?
To be honest, I think really anything could happen at this point because I feel like they waited way longer than they should have. So they probably have it in their advantage to pick whatever the hell they want. I really feel like there's going to be remasters coming. That's probably going to be in the show. Then new titles, Call of Duty, God of War 2, Crash Bandicoot. But like, I have this feeling there's going to be 1 or 2 remasters thrown in, and maybe they're going to talk about PlayStation Now some more because that was supposed to be a huge... I mean, PlayStation Now is great. It's just I heard on PS5 it's going to be even bigger. Maybe they'll talk about more of like the hardware dynamics and how everything works, and like that thing we always experience on PlayStation with the whole copy phase. Maybe they're going to get into some crazy stuff with what the console's capable of.
Honestly, like, as much as I love seeing, like, gameplay trailers and stuff like that, I do kind of hope they set aside some time during this presentation to be like...
talking about the console.
Yeah, to just be like, we understand that, like, it's so easy for us to say, like, oh, it loads so fast and all this other crazy shit, but all we've been showing you is just these trailers that are cut and put together. So here's just a... like, that Spider-Man tech demo that leaked, like, a year ago... I would like to actually see that.
Yeah, right. You know, so I kind of hope they get into the whole thing, like you were saying, how that uninstall feature, like,
yeah,
I wish they would get into the whole thing, like, oh, hey, maybe they could even do Call of Duty. Hey, you got the campaign installed. Yo, you could just uninstall the campaign and save 25 gigabytes just like that. And
yeah,
I
hope they show us the operating system a little bit, just a little glimpse.
You know,
of it. Like,
maybe maybe they could have cheeky teases and show us what the console UMD and like the background looks like as they're scrolling through. I think that'd be cool. Maybe they could do a new thing of SharePlay. Maybe SharePlay can be improved. It'd be just cool to see something with like the console being different. Because you already know it's going to be the next big thing, like Brock Lesnar. But until you see it, you don't believe it. That's the thing. So, yeah. Should be interesting. I hope they really do get into the console. I don't know when the hell there's going to be a PlayStation 6. Like, I don't even really know. Like, this might be one of their last chances for a while to do something absolutely off the wall. So I would really just take that opportunity for granted and just go right for it.
Yeah.
Fuck. You know? Kick ass and take names.
I mean... PlayStation's in a good position to be kicking ass and taking names. I mean, as far as we know, they are still outselling the Xbox One like 2.5 to 1 or some crazy shit like that, or at least 2 to 1.
Yeah, so I laugh every time I see people going, "Oh man, will Xbox take back the next generation?" It's like, guys, they're already behind by millions of fucking sales. I don't think there's a comeback happening. I mean,
yeah, like,
you know, it's just crazy.
I mean, obviously I'm the Sony Jabroni, but just like, not even like, putting my bias aside, PlayStation going into PlayStation 5, even if they had a monumental fuck up, like with what Xbox did going from 360 to Xbox One, which obviously we know that they're not doing any of the stupid DRM bullshit and pissing everyone off. But like, PlayStation would have to flop hard to lose the 110 million players from PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? Like, so many people are going to buy a PS5 even if it is slightly less powerful or whatever, just because it's like, well, I owned a PS4 already, and so like a bunch of my games will carry over and my trophies, my friends list, so it's just easier to keep moving on in the ecosystem. So Xbox, even though they're doing all these consumer friendly things, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah, that, and the fact is, like, let's be real. there are your techies, and there's just the people that want to play a fucking game. I mean, I'd say there's more people that just want to play a fucking game than people that care about, oh, the gigahertz of the hard drive, or how much space, or how much processing speed. You know,
Well,
you
to
don't
be
really
fair,
hear
most
people.
of the people that, I'd say like 95% of the people that give a shit about that are already playing on PC anyways.
Are already playing on PC, or you know of technology, or you know how it is, and PC Master Race, all that stuff. You know, I think just people at the end of the day, if you have a Sony PS4, 95% chance you're going to get a PS5. If you have an Xbox 3, I almost said Xbox X, I'm like, wow, that didn't come out yet. If you have an Xbox One, I'd say there's probably a good 80% chance you're going to get the next Xbox console. I already know friends that want to jump to PlayStation for PS5, so that's why I took it down more. But you know, I think a lot of people just really want to like play with their friends, play games. But now that you have cross-platform, it takes it into consideration where, you know, you don't really have to jump if you don't have to. You don't have to be a fanboy. You don't have to get hard for a certain console. You know, you just want to play a goddamn game.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to, you know. You want to have fun, you want to play a game, and you want to make a good purchase, and you want to have a good time.
Yeah. That's what gaming is
So
at its core.
Exactly, right? You know, you want to play a game, you want to have fun, and I honestly think this generation just comes down to exclusives anyway. So I don't think really the hardware has to say much.
Yeah.
Even if in certain areas the PS5 is more powerful than the X, and the X is more powerful than the PS5 in other areas, I think it's kind of just done as a business model, because you always have to have that divide in the market, even if it's just a slight pinch.
Yeah.
You got to have it. So, because that keeps people talking and people debating, and the fanboys love it. So,
Plus, I mean, like, realistically speaking, it all comes down to optimization anyways. Like,
an optimization, how you have it, you know?
There's so many examples. Like, for example, on a technical level, the PS3, at least from a processor standpoint, was a lot more powerful than the 360. But a lot of games ran worse on PS3 just because the games weren't optimized for PS3.
Exactly, right?
So it all comes down to optimization.
You know, if it's true that the PS5 can optimize PS2 games and stuff, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to try that on SmackDown and crap. Like, shut your mouth and just bring it. And I mean, I have them all the main installments, but still, like, I'd like to see that optimization, because I think that'd be really fucking cool.
Well, speaking of PlayStation backwards compatibility.
Oh yeah.
Report: after July, all new PlayStation 4 games must run on the PlayStation 5, according to Sony.
That's a very good deal. I think they really should have done it since the beginning of the year, but I mean, let's be real. If you're buying a PS5, I don't think your main objective is to play PS4. I'm just gonna take a guess on that one, but.
Well, this is actually really interesting, because after this story, we'll read a different story about how the Xbox is doing backwards compatibility.
Fuck.
So, the PlayStation 5's release is visible on the horizon, but for the next few months, the PlayStation 4 will remain Sony's flagship console. According to a report from Eurogamer, Sony has already informed developers that any PS4 game submitted after July 13th will also have to be compatible with the PlayStation 5. In this case, compatibility means that the game's code has to run on PS5 with no issues and has to have the same features on PS5 that it would on PS4. This means developers can't have certain modes that are only available on PS4. Eurogamer notes that Sony has also made the same rules for patches. Any game submitted after July 13th will have to retain its PS5 compatibility after each patch, so its developers will have to create patches with both platforms in mind. This new requirement from Sony only applies to games that the developers submit to Sony for approval after July 13th, not to games that are released after July 13th, because games are usually submitted long before they're released. This likely won't affect most games releasing this summer. Sony has already promised that many PS4 games will also be compatible with the PS5 at launch. Sony has said most of PS4's top 100 most played games will also be available on PS5, but there's no word yet on exactly which games will be compatible at launch.
Well, that's a pretty damn good strategy. I mean, why would you have it for the 4 and not the 5? It's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I think they should have just. I think developers should have been aware of this concept probably at least a year and a half ago. If they're just finding out now, that's pretty dumb.
Because
you can't really de-optimize the current console. That's not a good idea.
Well, because like that was saying, that's not going to It's not going to affect most games released this summer. So if anything, the games that this will be affecting is games that'll probably be launching within like a month or two of the PS5 anyways. Which, I mean, it's good. It's good in the sense that, like, I would have expected any game to release that would be releasing like 3 months, or 2 or 3 months before the PS5 to be compatible with PS5 anyways. But
right.
I guess it's good that they're putting this in place as like a mandatory thing, but you would kind of expect that either way.
One thing I kind of hope they do, just as people that want to jump bridges and play the same game on the same console, well, not same console, but you know what I mean. So say if like the new Tony Hawk game comes out September 4th or whatever it is, you know, you play it on the PS4 and you fuck shit up and you just want to play it on the PS5. I kind of hope they allow you to transfer save data because it's the same save file.
Oh, I can't see why you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, so that's the only thing, because just for anyone that wants to jump platforms, I mean, I'm not going to be doing that personally. I just have I have every Sony console besides the one because I have the two, but you know, I kind of just keep them on each platform just for a given reason because it's just, I think it's kind of dumb to play old school games on a new console unless it's like PlayStation Now where you could stream it. I'm talking like discs, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of weird to keep popping old games in a new console when you have the old console. I think that's really stupid, but
yeah.
For the people that want to buy the new console and play the old games they have and they don't have before, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, it's a very interesting scenario. So I'm hoping they can allow you to transfer save data because there will be people that are going to ask about that.
Yeah, I can't see there being many PS4 games that I come back to like on PS5. Like maybe I'll like launch up Spider-Man just to see if it like takes advantage of the hardware, which I'm sure it will. And just like see what that's like for a couple minutes, but it's not like it's gonna be a whole new experience. It's gonna be like, okay, maybe a better frame rate, maybe some better, like a higher resolution. It's like, all right, whatever.
I know, right? It's gonna be interesting.
I don't know. But
I'm actually telling Myers about that with that reveal because I don't think he knows about that.
But now let's talk about how Xbox is doing backwards compatibility because it's a pretty stark contrast in my opinion. Xbox Series X backwards compatibility will add HDR 120 frames per second support to older games. Thousands of games will be supported on the next-gen Xbox. Microsoft's next-generation Xbox will launch with support for thousands of games from the original Xbox, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, the company says. On Thursday, the company pledged more than just the basic support for those older games. They should play better than ever before, according to Jason Ronald, Director of Project Management for Xbox Series X. This includes support for HDR color on Xbox 360 and original Xbox titles, and even double the frame rate of a select set of titles from 30 FPS to 60 or 60 to 120. Backwards compatible games can run natively on the Xbox Series X hardware, running with the full power of the CPU, GPU, and solid-state drives. Ronald said in the blog post published on Xbox Wire, "No boost mode, no downclocking, the full power of the Xbox Series X for each and every backwards compatible game. This means that all titles run at their peak performance that they were originally designed for, many times even higher performance than the game saw on their original launch platform, resulting in higher and more steady frame rates and rendering at their maximum resolution and visual quality. Backwards compatible titles also see significant reduction in in-game load times from the massive leap in performance from the custom NVMe SSD. Microsoft offered similar performance upgrades from 360 titles on Xbox One X, the company's mid-generation update to the Xbox One. The team developed new platform-level capabilities to ensure all of our games continue to get even better, Ronald said. Quote, in partnership with the Xbox Advanced Technology Group, Xbox Series X delivers a new innovative HDR reconstruction technique which enables the platform to automatically add HDR support to games. As this technique is handled by the platform itself, it allows us to enable HDR with zero impact to the game's performance, and we can also apply it to 360 and original Xbox titles almost 20 years ago, well before the existence of HDR. In addition, the new Quick Resume feature was designed to not only work with new games, but also to be enabled for backwards compatible titles. Quick Resume enables players to resume exactly where they left off across multiple titles, ensuring gamers can get right back to the fun in an instant. So, basically, Sony is just like, yeah, some PS4 games are going to work. And Microsoft's like, almost every single Xbox game ever is going to work, and it's going to be upscaled, rebuilt with HDR from the ground up. 120 frames a second and all this crazy shit. So I just thought it was interesting to see like how each company is handling it. Because
I can say, as long as I can go on PlayStation, well, you already know on PlayStation now they're gonna have all the backwards compatible games. But in terms of being like the console having like the emulation with the disc, yeah, it's a very different story. I mean, I have PlayStation now. Not everyone has it.
Yeah.
It's totally okay. But yeah, for the people that want to put the discs of like old games in, that's just nostalgia to me personally because I grew up through like all the main eras of it. But I could understand that, and that Xbox has a really damn good game. I think that I should say them doing the HDR upscaling resolution with old games. I think that's really cool. I feel like Sony might end up doing that, like not at launch, but down the road, like within the first year.
I hope
feel
so.
Like they're gonna catch up with that. They should do it. Let's put it that way.
I mean, there's a chance that they do have something similar in place and they just haven't talked about it yet. Because, I mean, realistically, Xbox has talked a whole hell of a lot more about Series X than PlayStation has talked about PS5.
Yeah,
so, I
that's
mean,
what the lucrative crap is about it, You never know what they're going to put out. We'll have to see on June 4th. I almost said June 3rd, but that's Warzone.
I wonder if this June 4th thing is going to be, like, just games, or is it going to be similar to an E3 press conference where it'll be, like, some games, then, like, a couple minutes where they have, like, a couple of people on stage talking more about the hardware, then back into games, then, like, another closing segment, like, talking more about, like, features and stuff like that. Like, I wonder how it's going to be structured. It'll be interesting to see.
I really think that it's going to be like E3 because they're not going to be at E3 in general, and E3 got canceled. So I feel like we're going to see some kind of E3-esque thing on a stage. If it's not on a stage, then maybe just due to the coronavirus and everything that's happening, maybe they're just going to have a fully digital reveal of the same format, maybe. I expect big things nonetheless, and I will get the PlayStation 5 regardless. Because there's no way in hell I'm getting an Xbox at this point in my life. I've only had Sony consoles. I'm just like you, but I'm not the Sony Jabroni. There's only one Sony Jabroni.
There's only one Sony Jabroni.
That man through the camera. So, but yeah, I'll definitely be getting the PS5.
Yeah.
Personally, I was looking at more credit with Best Buy to get their City Best Buy card. I could fucking do deferred payments on these consoles and TVs and like $50 a month. So I don't know. I might just do that and regardless get a PS5 because really like $50 a month, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
You really can't. So I got options, but yeah, I'll be getting the PS5. You getting the PS5, boy?
Did you just ask the Sony Jabroni if he was getting a PS5? Are you kidding me?
You're goddamn right.
As soon as pre-orders go live, I'm hopping on Amazon and I'm putting that damn thing in my cart and I'm hitting buy now, JP.
Go right? Like, it's gonna be just... It's always a good time when consoles come out, and I've never been the person that hates on certain consoles and just rejects it entirely. So like hell, I've been at Xbox release parties, I've been at PlayStation release parties, I've been at the fucking GameCube release parties practically. So it's like, at that point, it's like, hey, I could just swing wherever. I mean, I've been at Switch releases, and like my friend Trevor went nuts when he got the Switch, so we gamed a lot, and obviously picked Rock Band as always. So there was that. So whatever happens, whatever console you want, it really doesn't fucking matter in the end. You want to be a gamer, you want to have an immersive experience, you want to back your brand, you want to experience a game. Hey, have fun. That's what it's about. Cross-platform is now a thing, which is great. We're not in the dark ages anymore. So it's a fun time to be a gamer, I'd say. Definitely.
But JP, speaking about hating on shit and just dejecting it.
Man, I'm totally nailing these segues. I'm nailing it.
Let's talk about EA, and let's shit on them and reject them and deject them or whatever. All right, so two big old fucking bullshits from EA. This one's a little bit older, but basically, if you're not in the know, Xbox for Xbox Series X is introducing this service, I guess you would called Smart Delivery. Basically, it means that if you buy a game on Xbox One X, or Xbox One in general, you will get the Xbox Series X version of that game for free. And vice versa. If you buy an Xbox Series X game, you get the Xbox One version for free. Vice versa. And it's going to be, you know, it's like an opt-in type of thing. So developers choose if they want to do it.
Deal. There's no doubts about that.
But Microsoft has promised that all of their first-party developers are going to be on board with it. But of course, EA is already making it confusing because if you guys didn't see it, towards the beginning of the month, Xbox had an Inside Xbox episode where they showed gameplay from a couple of Series X games. EA talked about Madden 21, and they said during the Madden 21 trailer, they said, buy the game on Xbox One and get it for free on, or I don't even know if they said for free. They said get it on Series X. I think they said for free. I don't remember. But basically, I don't even really need to read the article. I just needed the headline to remind myself of the situation. Basically, EA is making it so that it's not smart delivery. It's EA's own bullshit upgrade program, and it only lasts for like a year after the game comes out. So if you don't get the Series X version within a year, then you don't get it at all without having to buy it again.
So if someone says gets Madden 21 or whatever the hell it is, say they get that game. So you're telling me if they get an Xbox One, they get the Series X for free, the copy, right?
Yeah. Because that's what smart delivery is.
Depending on how they do this, it could be a colossal clusterfuck, because unless this is regulated to the person's account, that means that if I had an Xbox, say if I got Madden 21 and Ant got the Xbox Series X, I could say, hey Ant, here's a free copy of Madden 21. I'm not going to play it.
No, it's definitely linked to your account.
It's linked to your account. Well, then again, though, if you're game sharing, people can get the game anyway. So it's kind of, I don't know, man. It's kind of cool. I kind of wish that they would just do like, when Grand Theft Auto came out on next gen, have you traded in last gen, you got like $20 off. I kind of wish they did something like that, because I feel like in the long run, by a business model, you're kind of losing money, because then people that buy it on last gen already know they're not buying or paying in anything for next gen. So you kind of lose money.
Well, the thing is that for smart delivery, which is Microsoft's solution to the problem, that lasts indefinitely. So like, let's say if someone in the fall bought Cyberpunk 2077 on their Xbox One, and then like 4 years later got an Xbox Series X. The Series X version of Cyberpunk will be there playable for free because they already bought it on Xbox One. Madden isn't doing smart delivery. They're doing it through their own service, but it only lasts for a year. So if I get Madden, say Madden comes out August 1st, 2020. If I don't get a Series X and download the Series X version before August 1st, 2021, I don't get it anymore for the Series X without having to buy the Series X version. So they're just basically giving you a 1 year time limit, and then after that, you can't get the game for free anymore.
I think they're probably doing that to cover their ass, because, I mean, let's be real, video games is a business, and EA might be like the most hated corporation for gaming, but I don't know, you gotta admit, like 4 years, that's kind of giving shit away for free, like companies aren't gonna like that because you're losing money, because then if you do that, I think a reason why they're doing the 1 year thing is because, say when Madden 22 comes out, they want to keep renewing that deal. They don't want to do, oh, hey, you got an Xbox Series X 4 years later, we're on Madden 25. Oh, you get Madden 21 for free. Like, I don't think they really care about that. It's like a good deal. It's just, I don't know. I feel like people are really going to take advantage of these free offers, because I don't know, man. This is like stuff I would dream of when I was a kid. And to see people taking advantage of it, it'd be really cool. It's just, what's it going to do to the business? You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're going to lose money because you're just doing handouts. Like, oh, well, here's this game that's 60, you paid whatever for yours. Oh, here's a free game. Like, I don't know, man. It's a very risky thing for business.
The way I see it is it's basically like... The way I see it, so if you buy Cyberpunk on your Xbox One when it comes out in September, then you get your Xbox Series X, and you re-download Cyberpunk, people would be expecting that to take advantage of the Series X anyways without having to buy a new copy of the game.
Yep.
In some way, shape, or form. So that's exactly what it is.
That's why I think the 1 year is perfect, because 4 years is way too goddamn long. I mean, you're going to have people literally out the ass just striving on... It's interesting because, like, the business model, they want people to jump to the next console. If you give people 4 years, they are going to sit on that old console for 4 years and redeem all their shit 4 years later, you know? Like, I don't think that's really a good marketing scheme when you want to sell your next model. So you give them 1 year. That way, you know you're on a time limit because you have to upgrade. And the next game comes out at the expiration date of that 1 year. Like Madden 22 would come out August 1st, 2021. Why would you give the old game for free when you could just say, here's Madden 22, here's the 1 year deal, so you could be upgraded to Madden 22. Maybe they could even do a deal where, like, if people miss the date for Madden 21 per se 1 year later, say, oh hey, we see you didn't redeem your copy of Madden 21 on Xbox Series X. How about 25% off Madden 22? Maybe they could just do something like that. Cause I don't know. Because the thing that I notice about a lot of gamers that are recluses, they'll like sit on their console for so long when the new console comes out, and when their series isn't offered on that next console, they'll just say, well, why do I gotta buy a new console? And that's when everyone goes, just get the money and pay for the console. And they're like, but I don't wanna. It's like, you know, you got to keep people moving. Like, people don't like change per se, but it's going to happen one way or the other. So I feel like EA is just on the forefront where they want to force people to get the next console. I'm sure that's going to happen for PS5. I'm assuming, hopefully, that deal holds. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, all they see is dollar signs. They don't give a shit what people think. So it's a really hard debate, but 4 years for a game, that's crazy, man. I thought they'd maybe do 2. Like,
I don't think it. I just used 4 years as an example. I think it's like if you. Literally think it's if you buy Cyberpunk on Xbox One, no matter when if it's just tied to your account. So if you ever get a Series X, no matter when the fuck it is, if you just somehow randomly stumble across a Series X in a fucking landfill 20 years later, turn it on and connect your account, I would assume you'd get Cyberpunk for Xbox Series X.
I got a free game. Yeah,
but it's interesting that we have different views on this, because I think it's more of a, like... I see where you're coming from when you say that EA is just trying to get people to move to the next console, but I think it's more of like a... Because I feel like they realize under normal circumstances, a big game like Cyberpunk would get a lot of people to just be like, well, I have this giant, like, 200-hour RPG right here, so I'm going to wait to buy the next console until I finish this. But if someone knows that they've already bought it on Xbox One, they know that not only will they have to keep their Xbox One around to keep playing it, but if they get a Series X, they won't have to keep their Xbox One because they already have the game on Series X. And it's going to be, you know, the higher resolution, higher frame rates, the better graphics, everything, and it's just there.
Yeah, like I'm just looking at it as a business, because the last thing businesses want to do, whether they are or not for like whoever it is, like it could be medical insurance, you know, they don't give a fuck about people. They just want their fucking money, you know? Like at the end of the day, no matter how heel or face they are in the game industry, they just want to make money. So you can't essentially give shit away for free all the time. Because if you are in deficit and you don't make your quarterlies. So That's why I'm thinking that the 1 year policy, EA, if that is actually going to happen, that's actually a godsend, because that's never happened before ever in gaming. Like, when I was on PS2, the PS3, I would have killed for that deal. That didn't exist, you know, because I was like, whatever. But you know, I was appreciative of, like, say, Rockstar Games with the Grand Theft Auto trade-in. That was really cool. I think Call of Duty did it with Call of Duty Ghosts. You got 20 bucks off or something like that. You know, that was really cool, because, like, when you think about it, you could afford to lose 20 bucks. You can't afford to lose 60 in large increments. Like, that's gonna weigh you down, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna not make quarterly look good. But I think it's a great deal if they went with that for players, but, like, would the business benefit? Probably not. You're gonna see probably say, like, if they did that with, like, that 4 year idea you were talking about, like, if they did that, you're gonna pay somewhere down the line. Like, you think you might get it for free, but you're going to pay the price sooner or later somehow. And
well, yeah, you're gonna pay the price with the Madden team packs.
The Madden team packs and the loot. Yeah, so that's the thing. Either you get the game for free with with strings attached, or you pay in and you get the game anyway. You're still paying the same amount of money.
Well, I mean, to be fair, even if you pay for the game, you're still going to get the strings attached. So
yeah. Either way, EA at the end of the day, or any game company, they are going to screw you every chance they get. It doesn't matter if it's COD points, loot crates, loot packs. Like, they're going to be like, guys, we just gave this game away for free for 4 years. We got to make some serious money. All right, cool. We got to make some loot packs.
Yeah, but I think this whole conversation can stem back to what I was saying earlier about how Microsoft's fighting an uphill battle. And I highly doubt that if the Xbox One was doing better in sales, I highly doubt this would even be a conversation. Because there's no way that they would have done this otherwise. There's no way I don't think Microsoft would have done the smart delivery thing otherwise. But I mean,
it's a really great idea. I mean, I'm not knocking it.
It's very pro-consumer, and I think it's awesome.
It's very pro-consumer. It's just
they're doing. I feel like they have no choice but to do it, because they have to win back more of the fan base.
They got to do something. The thing is, are all game companies going to just abide by that? I really don't think so. It's a really great.
I'm trying to think, because on that Inside Xbox thing, every game that they showed that used smart delivery, it would say in the trailer, like, oh, this game, or like whatever, support smart delivery or whatever. And I think, like, Assassin's Creed is doing it, I'm pretty sure. And, like, I mean, a bunch of the other games were mostly like little indie games, or not little indie games, but like they weren't like huge, like, blockbuster titles like Call of Duty or whatever. But it was, the biggest one was Assassin's Creed, and I'm 95% sure that Assassin's Creed is doing smart delivery.
Yeah, you know, like it's interesting just because, like, at the end of the day, you know, like, gaming, all, like, for EA and all that, it all comes down to the almighty dollar. But they kind of need that to pay their bills, so it's kind of like a topic people don't want to talk about, but it has to happen with just business perspectives and analytics and crap. But if that deal really did hold, that would be like a really good pro-consumer idea. I just feel like in the long run, companies would fight it or get you to pay for crap you don't want to pay for. I don't know. I feel like they'd play some, like, card, you know? There's always that.
Yeah.
There's that deal. It's like when someone tells you, oh, hey, if you buy 2, you get 1 free. You're really just paying a smaller amount for the same item. Like, I feel like it's going to be a lot of business tactics, but I mean, it's a very pro-consumer idea for where they're at. So that'd be really cool to see. It's just, I don't know, I can't see more than a year, but time will tell.
But see, the interesting thing about it is like, with Microsoft doing it, it might force Sony's hand into doing it too, just so that Sony doesn't seem like the bad guys, which will be really interesting to see if they actually retaliate in some way and do something similar to smart delivery.
It's gonna be interesting. I gotta admit, though, after that whole jab they threw during the Xbox One PS4 era, when Xbox did the DRM thing and Sony just shit all over Xbox, I don't know, man. I wouldn't underestimate Sony. They will literally pull the funniest tactic to just shit on someone. So That could happen. I think it was funny how
Dude.
it's like, hey, well, I got Black Ops 3 here. That's not PS4. I wish it was, but it'd be like, hey man, that classic commercial. It's like, hey, I want to use I want to like take my friend's game and just, you know, I don't want to pay any money and all that, or I just want to play a game. And then they're just like,
Yeah, it was
go.
like, it was like, oh, how do you,
how
That's
do
like,
I
oh.
play this game?
or no, it was literally like a 20-second thing. It was like a tips and tricks video or whatever. It was like, here's how you share your PS4 games on PS4 or whatever. And it's
Your
just
friend.
two Sony executives, and he's like, here you go. And then they both smile at the camera.
It's just, there you go. There you go. Like, you can tell they just made that in a matter of 5 minutes.
Dude, I was actually, I went back, well, I went back and, like, rewatched the PS4, like, E3 press conference a couple weeks ago, just for fun. And it was, like, actually insane how much they shit all over Microsoft at that press conference.
Dude, like, literally, like, yeah, and the funny part was people just condoned Sony for that. It's like, really, they fought back when they were against the wall and they made the best out of it. Oh, they're the bad guys. Well, yeah, you know, looking years away from that, you know, I'd say Sony made the right call because they're ahead by millions of units, but all comes down to business, man.
Yeah.
So it's all about the almighty dollar.
All right, so another EA story. Electronic Arts maintains exclusive Madden NFL license in multi-year renewal. Electronic Arts' Madden NFL series will remain the only game in town for a while longer when it comes to simulation football. The company announced Thursday that it has agreed to multi-year renewals of its exclusive licensing agreements with the NFL and NFL Players Association, shutting the door on the possibility that the league would open up simulation licenses for other game publishers to enter the fray. This ensures that EA will continue to hold the NFL contract, describes as the exclusive right to manufacture, market, and distribute NFL-themed realistic action simulation games. In other words, if you want to play a simulation football game with real NFL teams and players, your only choice is Madden, and has been the case for the past 15 years. While the NFL's renewal was technically up for a vote at Thursday's meeting of league owners, an EA spokesperson told Polygon that the parties had agreed to terms ahead of time and that the vote was seen as a formality. Financial terms of the renewal were not disclosed. Asked for information about the extension's length, an NFL representative confirmed to Polygon that the new contract runs for 6 years, starting today, taking the agreement through May 2026. The rep also said that the contract includes a provision for a 1-year extension at the end. The additional year depends on EA hitting certain revenue targets.
Loot crates.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Mike, bring it. Spend your money. Yo, little Timmy, you got $20 for your birthday? Yo, why don't you spend it right here, bro?
So yeah, basically, long story short is, for the foreseeable future and for basically all of this upcoming console generation, we're gonna see
EA.
only Madden.
Yeah. You know, as much as I really don't like 2K, I feel like 2K could really make a damn good football game. I don't
NFL
know.
2K was so fucking good.
Yeah, I feel like that would be something. I don't give a shit about football games, but
Neither do I, but they're fun to. I would
EA.
never go out and spend my money on them, especially not at full price. But they're fun to play every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, I know my best friend, he loves.
Oh, Anthony,
He loves-
that's like it's like the only
Well,
game I ever
last
see him playing
night
is Madden.
Right, I know last night we were playing GTA, you said that, and I was pretty pissed when the deal went through, and I mean, I could see why. That's like 2K renewing the contract with WB, which is probably going to happen, which, I don't know, fuck the WB series at this point, but there's so many weird reasons. Like, companies will decide with even like the shittiest developer as long as they make money through microtrans, even if it's microtransactions and crap. Like, if they know where the money is going, like, as long as they get the money in their bank account, they don't care. Like,
Yeah, because what the hell does the NFL care if they're selling fucking card packs? The NFL doesn't even know what the fuck that means.
I know, the entity doesn't even know what that means. That's like Vince McMahon sitting there looking at fucking 2K like packs and crap in VC. Oh yeah,
This is some good shit.
That was some good shit. But, as long as they're making fucking money, well, like I said, man, as long as they're making money, they don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. You could screw over 90% of your fan base as long as people are buying into the fucking loot packs and the crap and the haze. It's gonna keep going, as long as they're making money.
I guarantee that, first of all, most of the NFL commissioners don't even ever see the fucking game, ever. Like, and plus they're all fucking old dudes. Like, I doubt they ever see the game. They're just like, yeah, as long as you keep making, like, hand over fist money, we'll keep re-signing this contract. Because they're making, like, billions of dollars off of these fucking card packs every year.
Yeah, like, as long as it's profiting. I mean, I wish companies would just focus on making a quality goddamn game, but it seems like everything anymore
But
is
why do that when you can get more money from just selling fucking card packs? Like...
I mean, hey, look at Rockstar. They're making a fucking killing on the shark cards. It's the main reason why there was no DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5 besides online updates. So that changed the scale of a whole game. I would have loved to see a CJ Franklin DLC. I would have loved to see Franklin in the zombie apocalypse. Or I would have loved to see Trevor in the zombie apocalypse. I would like to see Michael against the FIB. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
These could have been all really cool deals, especially Trevor in the zombie apocalypse. I think that would have sold millions of copies, personally. It's because Trevor's that guy. But, at the end of the day, man, yeah, it's crazy. It's all about that money.
So this next one's a pretty quick one. New Paper Mario coming to Nintendo Switch in July. Paper Mario and the Origami King is an all-new adventure featuring a new villain.
I'm not surprised.
Long story short, it's releasing on July 17th, but really the important thing is that this definitely adds credence to that rumor that came out that we talked about a while ago. That was rumors about Nintendo's celebration for Mario's 35th anniversary, and one of those things that was listed was a new Paper Mario game. So if anything, this lends credence to the rumors that came alongside that, which was a remaster of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy, and Super Mario Sunshine coming to the Switch. So,
I don't even see myself getting a Switch, but I think Super Mario Sunshine might make me do it. But I don't know. If I could play GameCube actually in the Switch, which I don't think you can,
No, you
I think
can't.
that he did it. So I want to play GameCube. Super Mario Sunshine. That man, that's gonna make a lot of people That's gonna make a lot of people soaking wet, dude. Yeah, no pun intended.
yeah, because I think, well, other than playing it in backwards compatibility on the Wii, I don't think there's been any way to play that game other than owning the GameCube disc. Like, it's never been on Virtual Console or... I guess technically there was probably ROMs for it and emulators, but...
Yep. It's gonna be interesting, Like, that's pretty fucking cool for Nintendo. I mean, I knew it was coming. I mean, Nintendo always recycles everything, so... I knew eventually Paper Mario would happen. I gotta admit, though, this is the first Paper Mario game since 2001. So I played the 1,000-Year-Old Door. First Mario game paper-wise since then and since the N64.
No, there was a Paper Mario on the Wii.
Or is it? Oh, they actually made another one in between. Okay, because I just remember the one from...
Let me see.
GameCube.
The one on the Wii, though, wasn't an RPG like the other two. It was like...
Oh, okay, because that's the RPG versions. That was some crazy shit. I kind of gave up on the 1,000-Year-Old Door. It was a great game, though. It was a very great game. I'm not going to talk shit, but... Yeah, they're back, They are back.
I want to see the Paper Mario series, not... Yeah, because there was Paper Mario on the... It was the N64 one. Then the GameCube one was 1,000-Year Door. The one on the Wii was called Super Paper Mario, which was designed more like the 3D or the 2D platformers. And then there was Paper Mario Sticker Star, which I think was a DS game, and Paper Mario Color Splash, which was a Wii U game, which means basically no one played it. And so then, and the new one is the Origami King.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I only know of the one on N64, the GameCube, and the new one. I didn't even know they made one on the Wii. Keep in mind, though, I'm not a Nintendo guy.
Yeah.
I probably just...
I only knew about the Wii one because we had it.
Paper Mario.
This
how
one
come
is...
they didn't put Paper Mario in... they should have put Paper Mario or Paper Mario characters in Super Smash. I think that would have been something.
I'm kind of surprised that they haven't. I think that people... I think people kind of argue that Mario has arguably too much representation in Smash already. Because,
there's no fucking doubts on that. That's Mario's series, bro.
Which, I mean, I understand why, because obviously it's like... Mario and Zelda are, like, the top two, like, Nintendo series by far. But, like... I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen a Paper Mario fighter. But I think especially as, like, just being Paper Mario, I feel like people would argue against it a lot, because there already is Mario and Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario, that was always an interesting concept. But yeah,
and Dr. Mario, like, in Smash at least, literally fights almost exactly the same as regular Mario. He just has the lab coat on.
He just throws pills.
Yeah, pills instead of fireballs, and...
Pills.
That's pretty much it. I think that's really the only difference.
Exactly right.
Alright, but this next one is a good thing, hopefully. Epic Online Services launches, giving other games access to Fortnite-style crossplay and more. This one is by Charlie Hall over at Polygon. Epic Online Services is now available, giving developers free access to the same kinds of tools used to support Epic Games' massive Fortnite player base. The new suite, which went live on Wednesday, enables a unified gameplay experience across multiple platforms, including Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. It gives developers and their communities ready access to features like crossplay, cross-progression, unified matchmaking, lobbies, and more. Support for Android and iOS will be added soon. Quote, "At Epic, we believe in open, integrated platforms and in the future of gaming being highly social and connected experiences. Through Epic Online Services, we strive to help build a user-friendly ecosystem for both developers and players where creators can benefit regardless of how they choose to build and publish their games, and where players can play games with their friends and enjoy the same quality experiences regardless of the hardware they own." So, basically what this is saying is that Epic is opening the floodgates and allowing other developers and publishers to use their crossplay services for other games.
I think that's dope. Well, crossplay is where it's all at for this generation.
So hopefully, with that being said, we should be seeing a lot more games coming out with crossplay in the near future.
You know, speaking of Epic, how about that fucking Grand Theft Auto sale that crashed their fucking store for about a week?
Oh yeah. I was really mad because I had just bought it on Steam like a month ago. I was like, of course now it's free on Epic.
All I know is the hackers went fucking wild. I couldn't even believe some of the shit they were doing. But other than that, I think it's cool when you offer like the best-selling game of this past generation for free. I mean, of course, like people are gonna knock the damn door down. I mean,
it's kind of surprising because you would think that almost anybody that cares about that game would have owned it already.
Exactly. Well, honestly, I think where they picked up a lot of their sales was from people that had the game but wanted it on PC but waited and then waited till the last minute and got the game. That's probably what happened there. But yeah, exactly. That's how I'd feel about that shit. Not too bad.
But honestly, like, crossplay, I hope is going to be like... I hope by the time we get, like, a year into next gen, like, we don't even have to think about crossplay being a thing. Like, it just becomes the new normal. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of a new normal anyway with the coronavirus, so I think if new normals happened anyway, I think it'd go on deaf ears. So, yeah, I think if it just happened, that'd be perfect. It would happen so seamless, and people would be worried about something else when the cross-platform thing happens, and they'd be like, "Oh wow, this has been going on for 6 months now. Wow,
yeah,
yowie wowie." But I think it's the future.
Definitely.
I don't see why the hell you should be confined to a fucking console. I mean, really. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, maybe if you're going from Xbox and PS4 and PC to Switch, okay, there might be somewhat of a difference there just by presentation and specs, but uh, in terms of the three core consoles that people know in gaming, I'd say there's no problem at all. I don't know about the Nintendo side. That would be something
As long
for
as
them.
the game's not drastically different on the Switch, then I see no reason for like cross compatibility to not be a thing, or like cross play or whatever.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't impact the game and give you unfair advantages or disadvantages, cross-platform, I think would be perfect between everybody.
Well, I think at least, I don't know if it's going to be standard always, but at least when it's first being implemented, like most games do it like Modern Warfare does, where you can go in and like disable crossplay and disable like cross chat and stuff like that. So I assume it'll be like that for a while, at least, if not always, where you can disable it if it's hampering your experience in some ways. Because like I know people were disabling crossplay for Warzone because they were getting into matches with people with aimbots on PC. So
And the glitch on the PC that happened.
yeah,
That
too.
The airport and crap. That was something. I mean, I don't really give a shit about Battle Royale, but I've heard about it. Yeah, that was definitely something.
But JP, we're gonna round out the show with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 remaster coming this September. The first two Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games are coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. This one's by Michael McWhirter over at Polygon. The first two Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games coming to modern platforms with a remaster called Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Publisher Activision announced Tuesday. This was Tuesday as of May 12th, 2020.
Yeah, this is it's about 3 weeks ago. Well, we got this.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 will be released on PlayStation 4, Windows PC, Xbox One, September 4th. Vicarious Visions, which remastered the first three Crash Bandicoot games for 2017's Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy, is developing the new Tony Hawk collection. The remastered collection will include the original levels, Pro Skaters, and tricks from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Pro Skater 2, as well as tricks from later games like the Revert, Lip Tricks, and Wall Plant. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 will feature a large majority of the original soundtrack, Vicarious Visions said. Only a small handful of songs didn't make it in. The remaster's reveal trailer confirms at least one song, Dead Kennedy's Police Truck, and returning artists Goldfinger, Powerman 5000, Bad Religion, Melancholy, Naughty by Nature, Papa Roach, Primus, Lagwagon, and Rage Against the Machine. Local split-screen and online multiplayer modes are also in, as are the game's Create a Park and Create a Skater modes. The Create a Park mode will feature a more robust editor, and the developer said players will be able to share their parks online with friends.
You know, I was honestly expecting a brand new Tony Hawk game because there was an artist that had 3 songs licensed for a new game. But I'll gladly take the remasters because I already knew they were in development. So that means 3 and 4 is coming out next year, and the year after that, we're probably going to get Thug 2, and Thaw together. I can't imagine American Wasteland being a separate game. I just can't, because that was probably one of the least received ones. But dude, you bet your ass I'm fucking ready for this shit. And the cool part is, okay, so I can already confirm to you that there are 8 songs from the 2 soundtracks in total. There's 8 songs that are not in the game. One song that I'm very upset is not in the game is Bring the Noise. It is not in the game. But I really don't fucking care because it's Tony Hawk and it's back,
Yeah.
But the cool part is, in Tony Hawk 1 and 2, we get the revert and the manual together. And the revert was in Tony Hawk 3. They brought the revert into this series just because Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD. I mean, you can clearly tell they started building off the engine for it. So the way I see it is, this is a way to get back at Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD for being such a horrible version of Tony Hawk. I mean, I liked it when it came out in 2012, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't really all I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So now that we have the first 2 games, we got all the objectives. There's going to be 10 objectives per level now, and every skater has their own pro goal to do, apparently, from what they said.
Oh yeah, I did hear something about that.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Basically, this That's what I wanted for years.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I'll be interested to see, like, how much those goals differentiate between the skaters. Like, I'm sure, obviously, the main ones are going to stay the same, but, like, that should actually make it a lot, or at least hopefully make it less tedious to play through the campaign or story, whatever you want to call it, with every skater to get the secret skater.
I think what's going to happen, honestly, is that you're probably going to have 10 goals and an optional pro goal. And the only way that I could see this honestly working is if you're a street or a vert skater. That's going to be your goal. Every skater is going to have their own style of what they do, but it's all going to come down to, are you vert or are you street? So say if you're Tony Hawk, you're vert. So in the warehouse, you're going to have to pull off a 900. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be something that is very near and dear to the skater, because I know they've been very close. And it's interesting seeing that they mocap the skaters in their current age, and honestly, dude, the whole cast is in their 40s. Tony Hawk is 52, I believe.
Yeah.
So, you know, you get to see and get to feel pretty old. I know I'm going to feel old. I'm only 28, but seeing them very old is going to be like, wow, holy fucking shit. But keep in mind, they were literally like 28 years old or something when the games first came out. So, it's going to be it's going to be awesome. Like, I don't think there's any downsides to this. There is going to be apparently DLC and microtransactions in the future, but, like, I don't know. I'm down to see whatever the hell they pull out. I have the collector's edition personally. I paid $100, but I really want the skateboard.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. You got your Birdhouse Hawkman skateboard with the game, and you do save a lot of money because a Tony Hawk deck is normally $60. And I paid $100 for the $40 game, the deck, and the exclusive DLC. That's already saving me at least $30 getting all that shit. Yeah. So I'm personally excited because in the future I want to mount them on my wall. That's what I'm gonna do. And I hope and I hope when Tony Hawk 3 and 4 comes out, which it will, that's gonna be dope on PS5. I can't even describe how that's gonna be on PS5, but when that game comes out, I hope they actually go with that same deal, but they keep the default board from Tony Hawk 3, because that's another Hawkman, like, Skeletor punk rocker kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would just like to mount it on my wall. I mean, I'd pay $100 for that. I mean, it's my childhood. Without Tony Hawk, you know, I wouldn't have a lot of my style, a lot of my music taste, gaming preferences with a lot of, like, sports games and skateboarding. So Tony Hawk really did, like, a lot for me, you know. So I don't mind spending $100 on, like, a rehash, because I know eventually once they get past the remasters that we were owed for years and we wanted for years, we're gonna have a brand new game. And by that time, through working through the engines and getting the feeling down of what people want and don't want, you're gonna have this Pro Skater 6 or Underground 3. So I think the series is looking pretty good. It's just right now, it's like everything, it's all about the remaster, but that's where the money's at. So why not make it? So I'm very excited that it's finally happening. How about you?
I'm pretty pumped. I mean, I actually never got to play 1 and 2. Well, I mean, no, I didn't play them in their original forms. I played a little bit of Pro Skater HD at your house, which I know is not anywhere near the same, but I'm fucking pumped because I started with Pro Skater 3. I never played, I played 4. I think you and I started playing through 4 at your house once.
I like to do that for retro personally.
Or wait, no, okay, wait. No, we did Underground for Retro Redux.
Yeah, we did Underground for Retro. I'd like to play the other ones. I think that'd be a great idea, seeing how the 3 and 4 are on the way in 2021. I think that'd be pretty cool.
And then I played Underground, a little bit of Underground 1 and 2 at a friend's house. We played through Underground on Retro Redux. Check it out, youtube.com/HexxedPhenom. And then I owned American Wasteland. I owned Project 8, whatever it's called. And then I didn't own any of them after that.
That was pretty... Proving Ground, I think, was the last great Tony Hawk game. Project 8 was okay for what they did. It didn't have online, which really killed it for people, but... just going back throughout the generation and looking at where it's gone, like I think it's cool that it's coming back because now the current generation can experience it in what they seem to be the real deal. Like my generation just wants the game remastered in some way,
Yeah.
So this current generation wants everything fully like the best graphics, the best everything, 60 frames, and they did that. So I think it's cool knowing that now my generation could relive the classic and the new generation could relive what was our childhood, like a great fucking game series. So I think it's gonna work out pretty good.
I'm pumped. I'm sure we'll play through it on Retro,
there's no
on Retro Redux when it comes out.
We'll definitely play through it. Oh god, when the remaster got announced, I have on my hack PSP, I have 1 and 2. So I already played through 1 and I got Officer Dick, so that was pretty cool. I totally had to do that one night, just had a 40 and at my PSP. I'm like, yeah, I think tonight's the night I do this. And I did it. Honestly, I'm glad that they're adding more goals to the levels because beating Tony Hawk 1 only took me 35 minutes. So maybe 40 minutes. But I already know what I'm doing for years, so that's probably why. It'll probably take your average person an hour and a half to beat. So you kind of need more goals, because if not, you're just going to plow through the fucking game,
Yeah.
So, more bang for your buck.
So I have a question. For, in Tony Hawk 1 and 2, how many secret skaters were there in those games? I know there was Officer Dick in both games, right?
There's only one. Tony Hawk 1 only has Officer Dick.
What about 2?
Tony Hawk 2 had Spider-Man and Officer Dick, and then you can get like 80s Tony and shit like that. But yeah, Spider-Man and Officer Dick were the only pure hidden skaters. Other than that, it was like 80s Tony, stuff like that. Tony Hawk 3, you had Demontress, you had Wolverine, you had Officer Dick. You had Ollie the Bum. Yeah. Tony Hawk 3 is where it started with a lot of skaters, and Tony Hawk 4 you had Iron Man, you had Eddie, you had Jessica Jameson, who was Daisy, you had Boba Fett. Like you started seeing a lot of these crazy entities happening further in the series. But yeah, only in Tony Hawk 1 there was only Officer Dick, and the inside joke was skaters think officers and police are dicks.
Yeah.
So if you defy all the rules, you get Officer Dick, who is like the ultimate cop pro skater. So that was the big charade in Tony Hawk 1. I think it's funny in Tony Hawk 2 how in the original game he has a bike helmet on. I think that's absolutely hilarious. And then Spider-Man, the rumor is that this time they're doing the Marvel Spider-Man in the game. I don't know if that's true. I think that'd be really cool because that's a modern remaster and an updated model. I think it'd be pretty cool, totally random, that like if I had to put in a guess for a secret pro skater, I would like to see Darby Allin. I think that would be absolutely hilarious from AEW. I think that would be great. Secret skater.
Since we're throwing out predictions, my thing with, I would obviously love to see Marvel Spider-Man, like the Spider-Man PS4, but my problem with that is I don't think it would be the like model from Spider-Man PS4. Like I don't think it would be the same suit. I could see them doing Spider-Man and just having an updated model, but it would just be in like a regular Spider-Man costume. But I feel like licensing would get weird since I would assume that particular. Well, see, I don't know, because I'm like,
it comes down to licensing. I feel like for the fact that it's a remaster and it's Tony Hawk, I think they'll easily renew the license. If this is a brand new game with Spider-Man in it, it might be different. But I feel in that like how they did it in the past, I can't see why they wouldn't renew the license. And if they can't get Spider-Man, which honestly they better get Spider-Man because people are going to be fucking depressed if they can't get Spider-Man in the game. Because to get him, you have to be Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 with a created skater. That's how you get Spider-Man. Because he is everyone's. He is everyone. He's everyone's hero. So of course, being a custom skater, you get Spider-Man, which is totally cool. Because you are the pro skater hero. That's what I liked about the classic secret characters and all, and Tony Hawk. And I really think that they could add some more secret skaters. I really do. I think there's going to be more secret skaters. The cool part is I think there's going to be there should at least be 2 attires per person for Tony Hawk 1 and 2. And Tony Hawk 1 there only was 1 attire. Tony Hawk 2 you had, honestly, some of them had 3 to 4 attires. Like Spider-Man had the Nega outfit, Spider-Man had the original outfit, his current outfit, and the altered color. So it's going to be interesting. Now, I'm very, very excited, and it's $100 well fucking spent.
Well,
so,
see, for that,
yeah.
like my prediction for a Secret Skater is because another reason they put Spider-Man in Pro Skater 2 is because Neversoft was also doing the Spider-Man.
And they were
games
also
on
doing a
PS1.
Spider-Man game. That's where it happened. So, like, I think it should happen.
So for me, if I was predicting another Secret Skater, I would say, since Neversoft was making Pro Skater at the time, and they were like, oh, well, we also made this, let's put Spider-Man in, I would love to see Crash Bandicoot in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Like, I really do think, I think the chance is very likely. Honestly, if they can't get Spider-Man, I think Crash Bandicoot is going to be the character. It really just depends because it's between Sony and Microsoft. So, like, I think you could honestly, because in the past, even like in Tony Hawk 3, they had the Doom guy that was a Microsoft exclusive. And then in Sony, they had exclusive characters as well. So it can kind of really go, like, maybe even this year we could see, like, on top of Spider-Man, they could have Crash Bandicoot on the Sony edition, and they could have, I don't know, like an exclusive character from the Xbox version.
I could honestly see them doing like
Halo, the Halo guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I could see them doing, if it was like an per edition basis, I could see it being like the PS4 version would get Spider-Man from Insomniac's Spider-Man, and then probably Master Chief for Xbox.
So and then there's the long-awaited Secret Skater Darby Allin. I think that'd be absolutely hilarious because he's a straight-up punk rock skateboarding fiend. Well, double or nothing. I mean, hell, he tried acid dropping onto someone on a ladder. So I mean, kind of just, I think it'd be something just to see Darby Allin, even Tony Hawk 3 or 4 when they remaster it. Like, it would just be hilarious because it's something that's in the now. It's something that makes sense. Just like Spider-Man and just like Master Chief, there's a reason why they're all in the game due to their licensing. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, I know Halo wants to come to PlayStation. That'll probably happen on the 5. I know a lot of fanboys are going to be very upset about that news, but it's going to happen eventually. Will I play it? Probably not, but, this coming to reality with what's going to happen, I think it'd be cool if they did that even for each console or whatever they had to do. Be something.
Yeah.
Should be interesting. I can't wait for that rematch. It's going to be a good way to just kill time, relive my childhood, see that Dex in there. I'm fucking ready.
Definitely. Well, guys, we want to know your predictions for Secret Skaters for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 down in the comments below. So let us know what you guys think. But guys, this has been another episode of Pizza and Pixels, the show where JP and I bring it. Or wait, nope. I was about to start the JP show rigmarole. Where we order a pizza and talk about video games until that pizza shows up. And it goes live every other Saturday at youtube.com/HexxedPhenom or on podcast services around the globe. Places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, really any podcast service of your choosing. And guys, until next time, another one bites the crust.